Welcome to a tutorial on how to replace a background using Adobe Photoshop. Before we jump into the tutorial, let's kind of discuss why it's important to be able to replace a background and what you can use it for. I like the ability to change the background for a few reasons. One reason is to remove unwanted or busy things in the background. Another is to make it more of a product shot. So let's jump into the actual tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to show you probably my favorite method in changing the background. This is super easy to do, and with Photoshop's AI, it's my favorite way to go. So first of all, we're going to right click on the background layer, duplicate this, press OK, and now we're going to select and subject. And then with Photoshop, it's going to select her and the product. Once it's been selected, we're going to come down here and add a layer mask. We're going to click underneath the layer that now has the layer mask and create a new layer by clicking this. Now what we'll do is press Option to get the eyedropper tool. Select a color that you want to replace the background with. I'm selecting this blue right here. Now we're going to the Paint Bucket tool, or G. Then we're going to click right on that layer 1, which is the blank layer that's below the layer with the layer mask. And there you go. That's how you easily change a background using the Select Subject tool. Okay, the next method of changing the background is going to be with the Quick Selection tool. So similarly, we're going to duplicate our background layer. Once it's been duplicated, we'll go over to our Quick Selection tool over here. And then we're going to start clicking around the image, and as you can see, it starts selecting around the subject like that. Alright, it did a pretty good job selecting the subject, but you can see that it accidentally deselected the bag since it is such a similar color. So we're going to create a mask over here, and anything that is red has been deselected from the selection. So we're just going to paint back the bag with a white paintbrush, making sure that our paintbrush is hard and our opacity is at 100%. Once your subject has been selected, we're going to do the exact same process. We're going to create a layer mask. We will create a new layer underneath that layer mask, and then we're going to change the background to something. Now we're going to the Paint Bucket tool, or G. So I'm going to do something with a little more contrast. I'm going to do a little bit of an orange. And that's how you change the background using the Quick Selection tool. The next tool that I will be showing you how to use is the Object Selection tool. So before we jump into that, we're going to duplicate the layer, go over to the Object Selection tool, and click on our subject. So this is the shoe. This is a great tool to use in order to clean up the background. As you can see, there's quite a number of scuff marks. So once you have your subject selected, you're going to do the same process, create a layer mask, create a layer underneath that. Now we're going to the Paint Bucket tool, or G, and then we're going to change the color. I'm going to use this yellow. One problem with the Object Selection tool is that it doesn't do a great job selecting the shadow. So I'm going to show you a way to draw this back in to make it look natural without making the background look a weird color. So we're going to duplicate the background layer. I'm going to go to the one that is underneath. So background copy 2 is the one at the top. This one is background copy. I'm going to delete the layer mask. I'm going to take my lasso tool and draw in where the shadow goes. Now I'm going to create a new layer mask. Instead of it being normal, I'm going to go to multiply, and I'm going to feather that out. So there's still a little bit here that I want to do, so I'm going to take my brush tool again with a white brush and paint that back in. The good part about this is it doesn't make the background a gray color. It really makes it nice and diffused. So there you go. It went from that to that in just a matter of a few clicks. And that's how to properly use the Object Select tool and change the background. The last tool that I'll be showing you how to use is the Magic Wand tool. So we will duplicate the layer one more time. Select your Magic Wand tool over here. Click on the background layer. All right, once your subject has been selected, we're gonna create a layer mask. There we go. We're gonna go underneath that again, create a new layer, take our eyedrop tool or the option, find a different color that you wanna replace it to, select our paint bucket tool, and click in. And that's exactly how you use the Magic Wand tool to replace a background. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. Remember, Clipping Path Studio is always here to help you with any of your photoshopping needs. Check the link in the description to learn more about the background replacement services that we offer.